Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So in this one here, I want to talk about the new teaser images that we got for The Walking Dead Season 10 finale. And when I say teaser images, we actually got like 50 to 60 of them. There's quite a bit, and I think what I'm going to do is just talk about them per episode. So in this one here, I want to focus on Here's Negan, because that probably is, now that I'm actually seeing all these photos, that is the episode that I'm most hyped for sure. I'm excited for all of them, really. If I had to pick one that I was the least excited about, I would say it's the episode before Here's Negan, which is like the Carol and Daryl episode, right? Just because I think it's just going to be a very standard episode that progresses the story a little bit. I mean, who knows? I don't know what's going to happen at that point here. Like, we have this image here of Negan and Carol, and this is, I think, from the finale. I think what's happening here is Carol is telling Negan that you have to go, and I think what they're going to try and do here is try parallel it to when Rick brought Carol, if you remember, at the prison. Rick took Carol away and said, you have to leave, this and that, and so Carol left, like basically kicking her out because of what she did to Karen and David. I think Carol is going to do the same thing here to Negan, and just say, like, this is probably better for you, sort of thing. And I think that's going to be the conclusion that everyone comes to with Negan, because he can't stay there in Alexandria and be around Herschel and Maggie. He is just a stain on just the legacy there, and it just, you know, he's a reminder of so much, which, you know, that's gonna be the ultimate conclusion, I think. And so yeah, I'm definitely really excited for these episodes. I can't wait. We're 25 days away, or 18 days away, I guess, if you have AMC Plus or AMC Premiere. So before we go any further, I do have to warn you for spoilers, kind of, for the finale in terms of just what these teaser images show. And I guess if you are new here, you want more Walking Dead content like this, just make sure to be a subscriber, because the show is coming back very soon. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming out very soon, and we're going to get run times. If you want my non-spoiler review coming in a little over 2 weeks, just, yeah, I will be posting that then, as well as spoiler reviews after each episode. We will just jump into this first photo here. This photo is of, like I said, Negan and Carol, and I'm pretty sure this is from the final episode, because I think episode 21 is going to focus on Carol and Daryl. And I think it's just more about their relationship really in general, right? Like, how are they living their lives still? And I think it's going to be a deep dive on those characters and where they're at right now. Episode 18 is kind of like that for Daryl. That's why I think this one might focus more on Carol a little bit. But episode 18 it's Daryl, but it has like a Rick twist to it, right? Like, it's more about Rick. And so I think this one here, it'll be more on Carol and stuff like that, but I don't think Negan's going to be really a part of it. But I think that the element of she allowed him to escape, and the whole thing of the Whisperer arc, and, you know, her trauma with Henry and stuff like that, that's going to be the probably central focus. This, I think, is from the finale here. This is Carol probably telling Negan that, well, actually probably not telling him, because he probably already knows. This is them just walking around out there, and he finds a cabin, and Carol just, you know, she guides him basically to the cabin. And we have this shot here, which isn't a new shot. It's more of just like an image of that shot, a professionally done shot anyways, of the actual scene we got, which is Lucille holding a gun. And there is a shot connected to this, actually, it's this one right here, which I love this shot. Negan in like a house coat, or kind of, it's not really a house coat, I guess. It's a little more fancy than that. But yeah, this plays out right before Lucille comes. So at this point here, we see a walker probably attacking the side of the house. It's attacking the generator, and Negan comes out here to take care of the walker. And remember, at this point, like, Negan can't really fight walkers too well. He just doesn't like killing them, and he can't really do it. And he has a hard time doing it, and Lucille's the one who actually does it for the most part. Like, Negan, I think, will do it if he has to, but he hates it. He just doesn't want to have to deal with it. Because if you remember that table read scene, they wanted to watch a movie, but it would create too much noise from the generator, which would attract walkers, which would mean Negan would have to go out there and deal with it. He didn't want to do that, and then Lucille knew that and was just like, you know, you could just kill them. They're not real people. And so we go back to this shot here of Lucille. She takes care of it, and yeah, she just looks awesome. There's this shot here. I just kind of threw it in here just because it's part of episode 17, but it's Maggie and Judith together, which is just really awesome to see these two characters together. We haven't really had much scenes at all with these two, I guess, the actors here, right? Like, Maggie's been gone really since this new Judith actor has come in, and yeah, it'll be cool to see them bond and stuff a lot more, just because Maggie basically gave birth. She didn't give birth, but she helped deliver the baby, right? She was there the moment Judith was born, which is sad to think. Like, when she looks back at that, Carl's gone now, right? And Judith is the only one that's alive from that. Laurie's gone. I mean, if you think about people at the prison in general, you'll probably get pretty sad because almost everyone's gone. We have this shot here of Negan with Lucille. That's like I guess, Negan's past haunting him. it's interesting because obviously that's like a double there. It's not the actual Jeffrey Dean Morgan over there, but yeah, it'll be kind of cool to see this scene. I really can't wait because it's like this Negan taunting him. And I wonder if that's going to be like the narrative of the episode, is like this Negan, like the savior Negan, basically taunting him the entire time. And it'll cut back to this sort of thing. And then it's like his inner darkness or inner darker self is like he's wrestling with it, right? And then we have this shot here, which I was a little surprised to see. I don't really know what it means because obviously this is a part of the flashback here. You can tell from the house coat here. This is later on in the apocalypse because you can tell with his hair. And I'll talk about that in a second because Negan does have darker hair later on. And here, this is the flashback. His hair is pretty light here, which makes no sense. But yeah, he's hooked up here to an IV. We know that Lucille has a bunch of bags, and I think what they were calling them were chemo bags and stuff like that. And that was really helping keep her alive. And she was fighting this illness and stuff. And I don't know why Negan is hooked up to it. Is he trying to just use it all? That would make no sense. Why wouldn't you just dump it, right? Like if you wanted Lucille to die, and I don't think that's the case. So what's happening here? Did he get sick? Is he dealing with something? Why is he hooked up to an IV here? Or is he trying to feel what Lucille feels all the time? Like I don't really know the point behind this. Obviously, he doesn't want Lucille to die. No, I don't really think it's going to be that. I think it's possible if maybe Lucille is starting to turn into like a monster and she's really just not herself and she's doing really insane things. But then again, it makes no sense. Why would he use it on himself? That's just dumb, right? Just go dump the bags out or something like that, right? Or maybe Lucille and Negan both got cancer or something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll do a storyline like that. I don't think it really makes too much sense. But yeah, I don't know. This is a really confusing shot. I'm trying to... It could just be a fluid bag, honestly. He could just be hooked up to it just to get more fluid in him because there's no water. Like, it could just be that simple, really. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to, I guess, wait and see. He could be practicing too, right? How to administer an IV and stuff like that. Like, if he can do this and he's actually getting all those fluids and it's working, then he knows how to actually get the vein and things like that. That could be actually what he is doing. So then I have this shot of Maggie that I also just threw in here. This is a really cool shot. And this is obviously from episode, I'm pretty sure it's episode 17, but she has a totally different outfit change here. So maybe it isn't, and maybe this is a part of the actual flashback, right? Because we know we're going to get a flashback with her. So it's possible it's part of that, or maybe this is later on in the episode or in the season and she's rebuilding Hilltop. It is kind of cool because like this is Maggie's outfit. Like she always wears clothes like this. Although I don't think she ever really used to. This is more of like Hilltop Maggie because before I think she just wore like normal shirts. I think she started wearing this outfit style as soon as she got to Hilltop. And then we see Lucille here, and this is where my favorite stuff is. Now, this is probably going to happen early on in the episode. This is Lucille, I think, before she lost all her hair and all that. I don't think she knows she has cancer yet, or maybe she just found out. I think she's walking to her car here. I think this is pre-apocalypse because the cars are just parked. She looks like normal, right? Like she looks like she's like showered and stuff like that, and she's dressed up and everything. There's definitely something on her mind here. You can tell from her facial expression. Either she's dizzy or she just found out some information because that is going to be the big thing here. And there's this shot here of Negan inside their house, and you can see Lucille here on the left, and she's wearing the exact same outfit. Her hair is the same. Negan here is also a lot younger. If you remember that shot of Negan with the IV in his arm, his hair is pretty gray there. And that's also apparently supposed to be a flashback, which is a little weird because War Negan had dark hair. This Negan here, first of all, it's pretty insane that he actually looks like the younger Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Because I would say younger Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he was a little heavier and his hair was just darker, right? Like he just looked more fuller. I would say now that his hair's gotten more gray, I think he's lost some weight. It seems like it anyways. To me, it just seems like he's skinnier than he used to be in his older movies. But I don't know, that could just be me. Maybe it's just the hair color that does that, right? Because here his hair is a lot darker. And they've kind of blended it a little bit with the gray. It looks really good. He looks a lot younger here. And I mean, it looks like I can buy this. Like this, it looks good. This could be around the time where he finds out that she does have cancer. And maybe that's how they do it, right? In the comic, what happens is Lucille is getting mad at Negan one day because he's making fun of kids. And then he's just like, what the hell? And then she just kind of passes out and he's like, wait, what? Picks her up and then they rush off to the hospital and then she finds out. I don't think that's going to happen here. She may have found out already and then she's going to break the news to him just so they can have a more intimate scene, right? Because if that happens in the show, you're kind of getting to the point. You're not really showing off Hillary Burton's acting skills and you're not getting into stuff like that. It's just she falls down and then she finds out. It's kind of like a hard cut right to that moment. Here, you can actually have Negan's reaction to the news. You can play out the scene a lot more, get more scenes with Lucille, finding out the news, flesh out the character more. So I think that's what they're doing here. And then we just have this here, which I just wanted to add. It's just a really cool poster for the 6 new episodes, which they released this, I think, on February 1st, which obviously that signals that The Walking Dead is back. They're going crazy with the marketing right now, and I can't wait. The show's returning in just a little over 3 weeks, 25 days. So I'll leave it here. Post all your thoughts down below on all of these photos. Make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.